Should be live. Give me a second. All right. You want to do the intro?
Yes, I would. What's up, everybody? Sorry for the how long we took a little break, trying to get everything, family. It's Thanksgiving time, so try to deal with the family holidays when we're working. So took a little break, but we're back at it. And what a way to come back. As you know, we're doing the best of the decades. We've already done the 20s through the 60s, and now we're on the best decade of horror. My personal opinion. Which is the 1970s. Not just in general, some of the best horror movies ever made, but best movies in general ever made. This was the start of the evolution of what horror is now. They the classic monsters whenever set the pavement or the way. These guys took it and ran. These movies really took it in their own, and it also started creating more subgenres, and it's just flat out the best decade in my opinion. But yeah, thank you for doing it. I'm sure you all like every movie, so it doesn't the evolution of what.
So yeah, we got as you were saying, this is easily it was easily top 5 best decades of horror, but this might be top 3. It's probably the best, honestly. Yeah, I mean, this is when we start to see franchises that we love, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Jaws, if you really want to count those sequels. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Obviously, this is a decade that most people are familiar with. So there probably won't have to be as much explaining the movies.
Yeah. It might not be, our usual hour and a half, because we're gonna give, because most of these videos will get at their own videos. So
yeah.
There's not, y'all know the deal, man. Y'all know who these guys are and what these are. So yep. I'm gonna let Jackson take the first movie. So
we got 2 honorable mentions and then 10 movies, 12 movies as always. So yeah, let's get into the honorable mentions. We have the Abominable Dr. Phibes with Vincent Price and The Omen. The Omen, which has Damien. Dr. Phibes came out in 1971 and The Omen came out in 1976. Because Dr. Phibes doesn't get talked about as much because it is earlier 70s and the rest of these movies are kind of mid to later 70s. But this is one of Vincent Price's best movies. He's this doctor who is disfigured, and it's kind of like Saw. So this doctor, he couldn't save Vincent Price's wife or something like that, and he puts a doctor up to another test, but it's like a time thing before acid kills his son or something like that. It's like Saw before Saw, and he kills people with the 7 deadly sins. It's actually
7.
What's that?
It's 7.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen 7, it's a great movie. Technically it might be considered a horror, but yeah, we maybe we could bet that later on in the
the
90s.
Also, I even want to talk about do a Star Wars episode. That's been on my mind. I don't know why.
Star Wars.
But
But The
Yeah.
Omen, starring Gregory Peck. Now I've read
Oh, wait, hold on,
bits of
hold
them.
on, hold on.
Oh,
What do you, what do you think about
sorry.
these posters?
I like both of them. I really like the Dr. Phibes one. Owen one's really good too. But back to what I was saying, like The Omen, Gregory Peck, who I mean, Gregory Peck, one of the greatest actors ever. And this is like really like a fucking dark story.
Oh yeah.
Like I haven't read the novel like fully through, but I from what I hear, it's like one of the most scary like books ever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and well, in fact, my favorite director, Quentin Tarantino, this is one of his favorite novels.
I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, yeah, it's I mean, it's a really good book. It's a really good movie. Without spoiling too much, because a lot of I've looked back on stuff and I'm just like, I don't want to spoil it because just telling y'all now, it just might just ruin stuff. But the acting is great. Cinematography they're good. Directing is great. Some people might overlook this just because like the
Yeah,
depth
I know.
the depth of the 70s. Another one I
Yeah.
wanted to say of the 70s is Black Christmas that we didn't put on here, but I wanted to give a little shout out to from 1974.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, The Omen's really good. Like you have to watch it yourself. I remember watching it the first time and it was just like really mind fucking.
Yeah.
You'd see like this movie now and you'd be like, oh, this
Yeah.
is like fucking retard, like it's like fucking stupid. Like it, like I could see like that, like unless it's done correctly, but like back then in the 70s, it was very effective because there wasn't a lot of movies like that at the time.
No, yeah, like this
Um,
movie, it definitely had probably like the first creepy, like actual creepy kid. Like there was stuff in like the Twilight Zone with that kid. If he didn't like something, he could like change you. There was stuff like that, but this is like say like a satanic kid.
but yeah, look at the poster, literally in
Yeah.
the Omen. But yeah, these two are very underrated. Go watch it, and along with Black Christmas because we couldn't fit in everything, but
Yeah, like this decade, along with the next one and probably like a couple
90s.
other ones. There's too many movies to just make
And
a list of
honestly,
10.
our generation, the 2010s is like really good.
Oh
Like
yeah.
probably top five for sure. So
I
yep,
I agree with that.
yep.
But so with that being said, go check out both these movies. Dr. Phibes from 1971 and The Omen from 1976. So there's actually a Scream Factory collection of all of the Omens. It's on sale right now for Christmas.
Sorry, everybody. My dog, my puppy.
No,
Yeah,
rarely hear it. But
it's my puppy.
if you're interested in checking out these movies, I'd recommend that box set because I have the Fly box set from Scream Factory and the Friday the
Yeah,
13th.
most if you even go like most, it's cheap on Amazon too. Most
Yeah.
people get those two together, but I just decided to get the Fly at the time. I might go back and get it now for the holidays. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
let's move
So
on
let's
to to
get right
the
into the
the
top 10.
10 that we not top 10 technically, but just 10 we ticked out. Noticeable.
The Amityville Horror. Uh, we actually watched this recently, a couple months ago. Was it during October?
No, it was like
Was it before?
it was before. It was like November. It was around like August, September ish.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's kind of like the start of it. But yeah, this movie fucking is really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. You know, this movie has a lot of praise. There's a ton of uh huge fans of this movie and its
There's
sequel.
it, yeah, but a lot of I've seen a lot of people like not. I mean, they prefer like the Ryan Reynolds remake more, but I mean, they're both are like that's all right. But this is like really good. Like the performances by Josh Brolin and Margaret Kidder. Like
Mhm.
they like are like almost perfect. Margaret Kidder's I think she's also in Black Christmas. But James Brolin is just fucking amazing in this. It, there's a lot of like dark scenes in this. Um,
Oh yeah.
uh, this is like very like a twisted time whenever they start like pushing the border in the 70s, where they got more gritty and um,
Hmm.
like I said, pushing the edge, see how far they can go with stuff. But yeah, this movie is in like such an iconic, the Amityville house. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most people know that this was based off a real murder, even though it was like it ended up being hoax for like financial profit or something like that. But yeah, James Brolin, he is actually like really good in this movie. I remember watching it and it's like every time when he was on screen, it was just like you couldn't take your eyes off of him.
you see,
Like
it's kind of like Mia Farrow and Rosemary's Baby, where they
yeah,
transformed into they like you see this character like as a like a great husband transform into this crazy, I mean, possessed kind of
right.
person who's it's without spoiling too much. It's worth a watch for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch, but I'm trying to remember. I think we were both just like at the ending, we were like, like, you know, it's just
I think
this.
I'm
Okay,
trying to
now
think.
I haven't really seen any of the other sequels. I've seen the Ryan Reynolds remake,
Yeah,
but this is definitely, I would say, like the best out of all of those. Just looking on IMDb, they are like 3 out of 10 or whatever. And there's so many Amityville horror movies just in general about this uh situation. If you're gonna watch one, I'd recommend this one.
the
It's the
original.
most
Yeah,
gritty and
just to see James Brolin and her just
yeah,
act is
it's
worth
got
it.
the most atmosphere too. It feels
And the priest or the reverend is really good too.
yeah, no, yeah, he's really good too. But the Amityville Horror, I don't know if I said it, from 1979. That is it's definitely, people really do love this movie and consider it in their top tens for the 70s. So figured this deserves a spot. Uh, but again, the 70s is like it's crazy how many good horror movies are in this and just films in general, like
Yeah,
Star
it's
Wars.
nuts.
But yeah. So with our number 9 pick, we have
It's
floating. Uh okay, there.
oh, the Wicker Man.
Wicker Man.
A really sick poster.
Yeah.
A
Oh
really
yeah,
sick poster.
Christopher Lee.
It really encapsulates like this movie.
Yeah, most people now that know of the Wicker Man probably know the Nick Cage remake and how awful and goofy that movie is. But this one is like a very serious.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not good. Like this is like this when you talk about raw and gritty like this and like fucked up. This is like the
this is
definition of
like
it.
an A24 film
Oh,
before,
another movie I just
like,
thought of. Last House on
like
the Left.
yeah, yeah,
Honorable
like
mention. And
well,
The Hills Have Eyes. Honorable mention.
yeah.
But this movie is fucking like nuts. This is like what a lot of like A24 movies are like. Based, I don't want to say like because this
Especially
came before. This
Midsommar.
a lot of people think
People
compare it to
drew a
Midsummer
lot of comparisons to that in this movie.
because they're both a person travels to a foreign strange place that ends up people who are in a cult. Um,
Mhm.
it's they both are so like different
Yes.
And people, and I'm not a really big fan. Like, there's a great video Horror Syndicate posted comparing the two. That makes a really good point. But like the scenery in this, and just like it's crazy. You have to watch it for yourself.
And not even to mention Christopher Lee,
Yeah,
who does an amazing job, horror legend, um, that we see or that we saw in the 60s with the Hammer films and even the 70s too. And this is not a Hammer film. So he really gets to broaden his range other than playing like Dracula and uh other just Hammer characters that they have created for him. Uh so yeah, this movie it's it's like an A24 film before A24. That's really like the best way to sum up this movie, I
a
feel
good way
like.
to describe it. But this came out before then, so
It
I would
came
say
out
A24 is like this. Yep. All right.
came out 1975, The Wicker Man.
75.
Definitely recommend this one. Uh, you know, all of these movies on here are very, very enjoyable and just really fun to watch. But this next one, um, we see Dario Argento,
The legend, man.
from 1977. Uh, this is one of the staples of the horror subgenre called giallo, which is like an Italian slasher kind of thing. Uh, now there recently, I think it was 2019 or 2018, there was a Suspiria remake, and it was actually pretty good. Um, but this one is,
Just a classic.
yeah,
Another Dario Argento we didn't mention this decade, which you could have, Deep Red. That also came out in 75, I think.
yeah,
But yeah, this
Dario
movie,
Argento. He's I mean,
a
he's
master.
right. Everybody knows Argento. Uh, if we got any Craptober fans on here, he was featured on Craptober with Dracula 3D. Man, that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm sorry, Argento. That was a film later on in his career, but shit. Anyway, Suspiria from 1977. Um, Jessica Harper is great in this movie. This movie is full of like vibrant colors and
It's very like the cinematography is fucking fantastic. The colors, the
yes,
story, it's very different. A very different story. Yeah, like you said, Jessica Harper is great. Like they're this, it's a pure 70s film.
yeah, it is very. It's a pure 70s like horror. Like this movie is kind of freaky because it's like super uneasy the entire time, like watching it. Uh,
It can get long.
yeah, it
Um,
can kind of drag in some parts of
but
the
the production, the sets, and everything, they really keep you engaged, which I think Dario Argento does so good of.
right. And this may be his best movie, honestly. It's definitely up there with it, let alone out of his horror
It's
movies.
yeah. I mean, it's probably his most notable,
Uh,
most recognized.
right. So yeah, Suspiria, 1977. Definitely recommend that. Go check that one out. But like from here on out, these are like definite classics that everybody has to watch. Starting with this next one is Carrie. You know, uh,
One of my favorite horror movies ever. Sissy Spacek is fucking great. Piper Laurie and her relationship in the movie, his mother and daughter, is just really captivating. Brian De Palma really took this film and made his like own. Stephen King adaptation, of
mhm.
course. Um, you really feel for Carrie. Like if you watch this, like I remember watching it with my girlfriend. She was like, "Oh, she's so annoying," but like she's very sheltered. Well, if you don't know, her mother is very Christian oriented. Is very sheltered. She keeps her sheltered. And she gets a period for the first time, and like they all bully her. And it's you really feel for her. So like by the end of the story, you're cheering for her.
Right. No,
You know?
yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but SD commented the 70s pinnacle of horror, I think. No, yeah, I
That's
definitely
right,
agree.
100%.
Yeah, the 70s is like we were saying, it's probably the best
Not
ever.
to mention my boy John Travolta is in it.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. John Travolta and Carrie. That's got to be one of his earlier roles, right?
70s, yeah.
But
8.
yes,
Yeah.
Carrie, like we were saying, Stephen King. Uh,
And
this
it's
okay,
so
this
like
is actually one of the best Stephen King adaptations by far.
yeah.
Uh, I can't remember if he didn't like, was it this or The Shining that he
The
didn't
Shining.
like? Yeah,
He wasn't a fan of The Shining. He liked this and Christine and Misery
yeah,
really well. Which we might get to next week.
yeah.
Yeah, this is like one of the most iconic movies in like this iconic scene. I always go one of the most quotable too. Like I still walk around saying they're all gonna laugh at you.
They're all gonna laugh at me.
Piper Laurie is fucking great.
Oh yeah. Oh, what do you think about this poster?
It's great. Classic.
Um, don't know if I said the year, but Carrie from 1976. There is a remake from 2013, I believe.
Yeah, with Chloe Grace Moretz. It's not that great, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I have the Blu-ray of that, but not this one. So that's something to be proud about. But this movie is like one of the classics. SD commented Kubrick's Shining was better. Sorry, Steven. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think he said he preferred the TV series one. I was like,
Yeah, I never
it's
understood. I've
because
never seen the TV series one,
it's
but
just Kubrick had such a like it was always his vision, and like like he was a very tyrant director. So like he definitely took that and made it like his own. So like
oh yeah,
he kept Stephen King's like I mean character story, but like he made it hit like it made it
it's
Kubrick.
definitely
So
Kubrick's vibe. Like this
yeah,
is very.
so
He took his story and made it his own.
but
Uh,
yeah, we'll talk
so
more
yeah.
about that
Also,
next
thank
week.
you for joining the stream and commenting.
Yeah,
But with this next one of my favorites.
The Exorcist.
Skip one.
Bum, bum.
Oh yeah.
Why? See, I didn't know this, bro. Jaws should have been. We should have saved Jaws for last, more than like probably. But you know what? This is cool because we still have tons of more. This late, Jaws this early should tell you what this decade is about. Um, Three of the greatest performances in cinema history. Steven Spielberg with the fucking again, like Quentin Tarantino said, he said this might be the best film ever made. Which is also a book.
Up there, in my opinion, too. It's it's Jaws. Like
Fucking
everybody has
Jaws.
seen this movie.
Like it,
This is okay. This is the shark movie behind Sharknado. No, I'm joking. But
yeah,
but
Shark Night and Shark Week.
right. Uh, you know, Richard Dreyfuss, Roy Scheider, and Robert Shaw. Like
The three great. And the thing that I think that not only the acting is so great, the struggle. I think what like that's what I love about Apocalypse Now is like if you go back and watch it Into the Darkness or The Heart of Darkness or whatever, the whole thing is the struggle that Steven Spielberg made or had making this.
mhm.
Like filming it's filming in the water. And this is like the first of its kind. You know?
Right.
I mean, I can't really think of a movie prior that like was like this. I mean, this is a big fucking like This is
This was,
Jaws. Like it.
I think this is the first summer blockbuster movie. Like this is the one that coined that term, actually. Um, this is easily like this is one of the best horror movies, period.
And it
Uh,
probably is, and probably one of the best films ever made. If it
no,
probably
no,
is.
yeah.
And
Um,
this movie made people scared to go back in the water. Like I
exactly
know,
right.
I talked to my like grandparents whenever they saw it originally, and they were like, they didn't go back in the beach for a while. Like it was really fucking like terrifying to them. You know, us looking at it now, it's like, oh, it's just an animatronic or animatronic, it's a robotic fucking shark, dude. I don't even give. I watched it while I was down in Myrtle Beach, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
It looks
I was like,
no, but it's like it holds up so well
it
though. It's
holds up
not
so
even
well.
this movie will definitely stand the test of time. The sequels though, don't even bother.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the music by
oh
John
yeah,
Williams, who
not even
also
mention
did,
John Williams,
who
Star
also
Wars.
did Star Wars. It's such an iconic the dun dun dun
Right.
dun dun, dun. Like it. Oh, this movie is so great and so iconic. You know, we're gonna need a bigger boat, another portable movie. But yeah, we could talk all day about this.
Which this movie was also originally a novel uh by Peter Benchley. And
Yep.
it was this is Universal Pictures, so this was probably their best horror movie since Psycho. I mean, honestly.
This probably is
But,
the best Universal Picture movie ever.
but yeah, even yeah. This movie is amazing. If you have not seen this movie,
Quit watching
yeah,
right now.
get off this video right now and go watch it.
Go watch this thing, dude. It's nuts. You'll love it.
Yeah, Jaws from 1975. So that leads us into our next one.
Oh, it's Exorcist. It's all coming.
Yeah, The Exorcist. You know, this movie is considered by many to be like the
The
scariest movie
scariest
of all
movie
time.
of all time.
Uh, this is also based on a novel. You know, Linda Blair is
Probably one of the best performances in horror ever.
yeah. This is also pretty quotable. Like everything about this movie, the atmosphere, the every scene is just like top notch, and there are some parts where it can drag a little bit. It can be kind of
Yeah,
slow, just because I think it's like 2.5 hours or it's
it's something, dude. It's fucking long, but it really
uh,
takes you through. It puts you in there with them. You
no,
know,
yeah,
of
and
dealing with this.
oh, what do you think about this poster?
It's class. It's a classic poster. I mean, it does what it needs to. You know,
Mm-hmm. For sure.
and it's directed so good, and it's one of those movies again takes you on a journey of this little girl, this sweet innocent girl. Like if you watch it, like again, her journey through her being just this normal teenage or little girl into being possessed by what is it? Arcana
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu, and you know just the process and then the sacrifice people are making to help this little girl. It's a really heartwarming movie, but also terrifying.
I
I
mean,
remember
yeah,
my
just
uncle
look
who
at
was on here
Reagan
not too
right
long
here.
ago. Yeah, my uncle and like you know the whole spinning head, walking backwards is like just so iconic and probably scary. I remember my uncle was telling me the first time he saw it, scared he wouldn't sleep. And
Yeah, the
we look
same
at it
thing
now,
with
it's just like okay, this little bitch is annoying, but like it's great in my opinion.
no. It's actually still scary if you show somebody who like hasn't seen it, I guess they'll still be like freaked out, I'm sure.
Yeah,
This was really like the first paranormal like possession movie that really caught on, and like you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
that's like 90% of horror now, or at least was in the 2000s. You know, the ghost paranormal subgenre, and that they milked that Uh,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah, but The Exorcist is definitely one of the best from the 70s again. Like if you haven't seen this movie, go watch that. From 1973. I actually have at the very end when the young priest, well, just to spoil, at the very end, I visited the ending where the end happened. The location, the steps when he,
You went there?
yeah, it's in Washington D.C. and we visited that place.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I know. I have a picture of it somewhere, but definitely recommend The Exorcist. Again, like you're living under a rock if you haven't either heard of this movie or seen it.
Yeah.
This movie is messed up and crazy. But Exorcist from 1973, one of the best from the 70s. Go to our next one. I love, love this movie.
Dawn of the fucking Dead.
Doing a sequel to Night of the Living Dead was like, whoa.
Bro, this
Oh,
guy
yeah.
right here.
Show off your shirt. Here, let me go get out of here so you can see it better. Awesome.
The GOAT.
Romero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
definitely
Romero.
one of our favorite directors, let alone just horror directors. George Romero is such an awesome dude.
But like you said, you go from Night of the Living Dead, which is one of my favorite horror movies, to making Dawn of the fucking Dead,
Yes.
which is just such an innovative idea. It really created the look of a like zombies during the time and a little after that. And it was in he went with color on the zombie film. So, really, I mean, zombies in a mall. I mean, what gets better than that?
Right. I literally have a poster of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead signed. Because I love both of those movies. Romero is just he's one of the goats in my opinion. Uh Dawn of the Dead from 1978. The remake is
It's really
better,
good.
not better, but it's also really good too.
It's different.
It is
It's
different.
it's a
They
lot.
have
It's different.
running zombies, I
Yeah,
think.
it's like a modern day Dawn of the Dead, which is really cool.
Hmm. Here, let me go back to this because this is one of my favorite
An
posters
iconic, yeah, but it's such an
of all
iconic
time.
poster.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that. First, there was Night of the Living Dead. Now, George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
And this is really where Tom Savini like took off.
Oh yes, like
Like
this, his effects in this movie are crazy. Like they're top notch. Um,
I think this was the first one because he got in touch with George and then George asked him. He was like come up with ways to kill people. And I think it was on this movie. He did some other work with him, but like this was like one of their first like movies together.
no, yeah, I think he was actually supposed. Tom Savini was supposed to be in Dawn of the Night of the Living Dead, but he joined the military and
Yeah,
went to Vietnam, I think. Uh,
but he's in this movie as well. So I mean,
yeah, he also has a character that's in this movie who's like a, a biker dude with a machete. He's like killing zombies, but he ends up dying and he comes back in Land of the Dead, like the third movie or the fourth movie in the Of the Dead series franchise. Um, so yeah, that's cool. And just Ken Foray, he's my favorite in this movie. He's his performance is awesome. And also I love the tagline when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
I'll be back in just a second. I know it's such an iconic movie. I love it. Talk a little bit.
So yeah, I have a poster that's signed by Tom Savini of Dawn of the Dead. I didn't get the chance to meet George Romero or before he passed. So that sucks. But hey, I still got a poster signed. And that's when this is one of our favorite movies. horror movies in general, but especially from the 70s, from 78, I believe. And yeah, if you haven't seen this movie or Night of the Living Dead, you should please, please, please go check those two out. Um, Hunter has his Night of the Living Dead poster right behind him, actually. Uh, and we've talked about meeting Judith O'Day at a horror convention we went to a while ago. But so, yeah, with that being said, we can move right on to our next one. Another one of my favorites, Alien from 1979. I don't know why this image is so low quality. I don't know what happened there. But
Ridley Scott action.
yeah, Ridley Scott,
Sigourney
another
Weaver.
great director.
One of the best movies was this practical special effect ever.
Yes, this movie took a lot of inspiration from a horror movie from the 50s called Terror Beyond Space or something like that, or the Terror from Space. I can't remember, but it's basically about an alien on board of a spaceship killing people, and that's literally what this movie is about. But Sigourney Weaver is like one of the top heroes ever in horror, like ever, like along with Ash,
Ridley.
along with Bruce Campbell as Ash.
And she really made the female protagonist hero really. I don't know if she didn't really. I don't know if she technically started it, but she really took it and made her own,
up there.
Yeah, for sure.
She's she's amazing in this movie, and I love the sequel to this, if not a little bit better, Aliens. But that's not till the 80s. But what do you think about this poster?
That's the thing about the set. They're such iconic posters. It's hard not to like them.
Right.
I can't say it. I can't say it's bad. And the tagline is fucking perfect.
No, it's
perfect for this movie.
And
space, no one can hear you scream.
Mm-hmm.
That's some metal shit right there.
But this spawned another franchise that people love, the Alien and Predator franchise too. Yeah, I love the Alien franchise. You could take or leave like Alien Resurrection or Alien, whatever. They get Alien and Aliens are some of my favorite horror movies ever, and the atmosphere in this, it's dark. It's
a lot of fun.
It's like a futuristic. Well, it takes place in the future, and just some of the most iconic scenes ever come from this movie. The chest burster. The actors didn't know that was going to happen, so that was their actual reactions during that,
which I think is one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. And this movie is so iconic. I don't what else can you say about Alien? We love the xenomorph, the face huggers, the guns, Sigourney Weaver as Ripley. This is probably one of the best horror franchises. I mean, top 10.
Probably.
So, Alien, 1979. Ridley Scott, who's also done Gladiator.
I kind of got some beef with Ridley Scott right now. So
what's up with Ridley Scott?
He's a little sourpuss, dude.
Like what?
A little crybaby.
Like what?
No, just talking shit on Marvel movie. Well, I mean, a lot of directors do. Talking shit on Marvel movie and not Marvel, superhero movies in general.
Yeah.
And just his new movie, I think it was Last Duel with Matt fucking Damon and I think it might have been Adam Driver. He said, no one liked it because everybody's addicted to their phones. Like, come on, dude. You're starting to come off as like a fucking old grumpy man. But yeah, but this movie is really good by him. So
But yeah, definitely check out Alien.
he should just keep his mouth shut. That's what I just my first just like before he creates too many enemies.
Yeah, he's just an old head now. But go check out Alien. This next one though, God, you got a shirt for this too.
I fucking love this movie.
Yeah, this movie. Who will survive and what will be left of them? Damn.
And they say what happened is they really stretch the based on a true story. They really stretch it. It's loosely based on. It's not even. But this movie is so fucking good. So you talk about the grittiness of the 70s. This is that, and like this is the perfect movie for it. You know, like it's really unsettling watching. If you, I did. I remember watching it for the first time. And it sucked. It was painful, and it was not because it wasn't good. It was close to the masterpiece as a horror movie. One of my top 5 horror movies. But it's so fucking disturbing and gritty, and it's like terrible fucking family.
Yeah, Toby Hooper. I actually really enjoy Toby Hooper, who also did what was it, Poltergeist, which is also another great horror film. But this is the first time we see the slasher that so many people like, including myself and Hunter, to speak for him. Leatherface, based on like a true story by the same serial killer that Norman Bates from Psycho was based on, Ed Gein. Yeah, Leatherface is just one messed up character. This movie it feels very real and is like it's super gritty and like dirty the entire movie. Like when you're looking,
really is. A lot of people don't like it though, literally purely because of what's his name? I always forget his name in the wheelchair. Oh my god.
Oh, the main girl's brother.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't think of his name, but he fucking plays that role so great. And one of the like most like everybody say what's up, we got a guess. One of the most like unsettling scenes is when they pick up the brother when he's hitchhiking. And he just takes it and cuts his arm and cuts his hand. Like
everybody's like, what? Why? What are you doing?
And he starts like trying to stab. Like it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I was just saying how Leatherface has become, a character that we love, like Jason and Freddy and Michael.
Oh yeah, and he came before. He came before them.
Yeah. This came out 74.
Yeah, Halloween came out 78. So
yeah, so he's. I was saying that he was also inspired by Ed Gein. Same thing as Norman Bates from Psycho. Yeah, it's so Toby Hooper. It starts off as like a documentary kind of a thing. It's like that voice going over like the text talking about like this was real, this happened in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and
it's real. They really stretch it, but like this movie's fucking amazing. If you like the gritty, like rawness, like this has the feel of like an independent movie. It really does.
Oh yes, low budget.
Look at us.
Very Rob Zombie got a lot of his.
You could definitely tell inspiration.
Yeah. Just again, some of the best iconic scenes when the ending, when Leatherface is just swinging his chainsaw around. The one
he doesn't.
And the guy is like walking through the house, and Leatherface just opens up the door real quick, hits him with the hammer, drags his body in, shuts the door, and you're just sitting there like,
Yeah, that's one of the most iconic scenes in movie history and horror history.
It happens so fast, and it's quiet, but like all you hear is the hammer hit the dude, and he falls on the ground, and then the door slam. That's like the only thing you hear. And watching it is just like, what what just happened? Like it's
Hey,
so
what's up
weird.
to Olivia?
What's up, Olivia?
What's up? Hazel, get out.
But yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of the better ones by far from
Top,
the
it's
70s
top.
in horror in general. I don't know if you said, did you say talk about the poster?
Oh, I love it. I think I mentioned it. I like everyone from the 70s, so like it's hard. Like I said, they're iconic. So I mean, it's like almost perfect.
Yeah. So this leads to our last one. Everybody saw this coming, maybe. Like this is probably the horror movie.
My favorite.
Yeah, 1978 Halloween, John Carpenter. Halloween.
It's perfect. It's the independent movie of horror.
Yeah,
It's like up there with like Reservoir Dogs for like crime, and it's John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis, PJ Soul, Nancy Loomis. Like they're all so great in it, and then not even talking about Donald Pleasant, who I mean,
yeah, this is
there's a tornado going on right now outside my house, so
yeah, I know. House of Shame.
you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might die. So, but yeah, I mean, this is such an iconic character, and at the time, it wasn't really liked at all. Like people hated it, but it then grew and grew to what it is now. And this is probably one of the better franchises of horror, for sure.
No, yeah, it's definitely one of the most beloved.
Has
one
the
of
best
our,
final girl, in my opinion.
I like Scary, who's a big fan of the Halloween franchise. Brandon, who's been on the channel, he'll be back soon, actually. Loves this movie. We even did a live stream talking about Halloween Kills.
We talked about this movie a lot too, so we might do a whole episode with him on like specifically on this movie. So
no, yeah. Everybody, if you're a horror fan, you like this movie. There's no way you don't.
It's the Halloween horror movie. Like
yeah, like this is on every Halloween, even just throughout the year too. Like it's Michael Myers. This is, I mean, what the music, the atmosphere, the kills, the characters, everything about it.
Great.
Great.
Like, most underrated season of the Witch Part 3 or Halloween 3. I feel like it's not even underrated. It's like rated at this point. Like everybody knows it's good and appreciates it.
Yeah, that also got a ton of hate when it first came out because everybody's like, "Where's Michael Myers?" Because Halloween was supposed to be an anthology series where a different story takes place, a different Halloween, but for some reason, they didn't follow that rule for Halloween.
Yeah,
for Halloween too.
A lot of people, if they like it, it's because it doesn't have him and it's his own thing.
Now
you take the Halloween title away from it, it becomes a different movie.
It's one of the best.
One of the coolest things about this film is they filmed it in California, and if you know, in California, they don't really have fall, like leaves and stuff. So like, they had to like get their own.
Yeah.
So like they just bagged all these leaves up and like started throwing like the detail that went in this were like such a like low, but and if you watch it, you can see like extra or like like there's a lot of errors a lot of errors in it, but that's what makes it so good to me. And such a classic movie. And then the fucking Halloween like theme is the most
Yeah,
iconic like theme to a
everybody,
movie probably ever.
that's one of the best
Everybody knows it.
theme songs, along with Batman from the '60s,
Yeah, I mean,
Star Wars. Even
I can't talk
that's
about
like the
this.
fifth time I mentioned Star Wars, y'all.
Yeah, I know he's a little nerd. No, I'm just playing. I love Star Wars too. Yeah,
I
there's
just
not
recently,
there's
not to get off topic, but just recently rewatched the Skywalker saga, I guess. All nine the story movies, not the spin-offs, with my girlfriend, and man, Star Wars is so good. But
we don't we a lost film we consider. What was it? Uh, something on Hoth, Planet Hoth,
Battle on Hoth.
Battle on Hoth. It was something. It was most
It was
my favorite film we ever made.
Yeah, out of the films that we've made, some of it remains. Part of it is missing.
Yeah.
Uh, it was like the first movie where we really introduced like special effects and
Noises or sound effects
and
costumes.
music, costumes.
No script. We don't like scripts.
That
I'm just playing.
So it was basically we were really excited for Force Awakens coming out.
Yeah. No, it was after Force Awakens.
My brother and other really great friend. We made the greatest Star Wars fan film of all time.
Yeah. So
but only
it's
we
not. It's like the London After Midnight of
Star
Wars. So, but yeah, that wraps up the '70s. I mean, we obviously didn't talk about like too much because most of y'all who are watching seen this, and if you haven't, then I don't even know what to say. You need to go back and check these out. We appreciate everybody joining. For '70s, next week is even fucking just as. I mean, I'm not saying just as good, but like it's really good as well. It really is where it takes off. It's
next decade is awesome. Probably most people's favorite, just because
most like pop culture, like
exactly, yeah.
Put on the spotlight, yeah, like blockbuster movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, all kinds, and
I mean the Halloween sequels, even the
Halloween sequels,
Alien sequels, the
Predator. There's all kinds of movies that come out. But again, thank you all for joining. We really appreciate it. Thank you everybody who participated. That sounds stupid. Or who commented.
Thank you for watching. Whenever you do, if it's right now, I know we got a couple people in here, and whenever in the future, whenever you watch this, some things coming up for the channel. Working on these videos, these movie reviews, The Fly.
Yeah, y'all go watch that. Y'all go watch that.
It'll be fun.
Hope so.
I wanted to give some franchise that like does not, I feel like get talked about as much. So I was like, oh, The Fly.
The Fly. Yeah.
But again, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Bless y'all. I hope y'all had a Thanksgiving. Have a happy holiday. Stay safe.
Hope everybody's Thanksgiving was good. We're getting ready to get right into December. So happy holidays to everyone. I'll catch you in the next decade video.
Stay scared.
Oh, he said it. All right.
Yeah. See y'all.
Stay scared.